Hi, Primas. I'm Roxy,
And I'm Giselle.
and this is the For Las Primas podcast. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone. So today we're talking about family traditions, specifically our Noche Buena and Christmas traditions as Cuban Americans.
The traditions that live in the kitchen, in the music, in the way our whole house smells like lechon right before you even walk in.
The ones where Christmas Eve is the main event. Everyone's loud, late, and somehow it all works.
For us, Noche Buena isn't just a night. It's food, faith, family, storytelling, and generations all coming together around the same table.
It's the traditions our parents and grandparents carried with them and the ones we're still holding on to even as things change.
So today we're celebrating joy, the nostalgia, and the moments that make Cuban Christmas feel like home.
So grab your cafecito and let's get into it.
I can't believe that this is the time of year that we're in already. This is my actual tree. I love her.
It's a
My
great
mom.
backdrop. It looks great.
My mom did it. Shout out to Rosa for doing my tree this year.
This is the year of the bows. I also have bows on my tree.
It was
They
the
were
year
really
of the
hard to
bows.
make.
Impossible. Impossible. My mom, I got these. We got lucky with the ones that we made because they look great, but the little skinny ones that are straight, that was
Yes.
the look I was going for. Absolutely not. There was no way to make those bows.
Yeah, that's what I did. And I was like, this is very difficult. I had to watch many TikTok videos over and over again.
Yeah, the bows was not happening the way I was hoping, but we got a great outcome and we pivoted. It's what we do best. We pivot. Noche Buena is upon us. So excited to celebrate this week. What is your feeling about Noche Buena? Growing up Cuban, like, is it your favorite holiday? Because it's my favorite holiday.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like everybody can skip out on Thanksgiving, Easter, whatever comes before, after, in between. But Noche Buenas were the one that everybody shows up for.
Noche Buena is the holy grail for us. It's like the one time of year where we do the Cuban thing. Like you do the
Mhm.
Cuban thing on Thanksgiving, but really it's not like, it's like the pregame to Noche Buena.
Yeah. Like there's still a turkey, but there's also congri, you know?
Yes, yes. Noche Buena, there is no turkey. There is no mashed potatoes. There is nothing except for lechon, con gris, or arroz con frijoles, yuca con
Mhm.
mojo, platanito.
Plátanos.
It's funny how our first association is always food to the
Yeah.
holiday.
Yeah,
Food
that's
is like at the
true.
center, right? Like it's the music, it's the family, it's the loudness, but like it's the food is the main event.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. The food and the music.
The dancing does not stop until midnight hour.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had like a dancing Noche Buena. I feel like we're just getting so old. Like the cousins, like we were the young ones, and now we're turning into the old ones and we're sitting in the sala.
You're the
We have to
tias
talk about
now.
sitting in the sala with our nice clothes on.
Wait, but let's start as kids. So I don't know about your house, but when I was young, so we lived in New Jersey, and actually I always feel really nostalgic for Noche Buena because it was like a time where all of my cousins and I got together, and like my aunts and uncles and people would fly up from Miami, and they were really big celebrations. I do feel like I miss that and I loved that. But growing up, there's so many lies around Santa already that there was just so many more as a Hispanic kid. Like we opened our gifts on the 24th at midnight was when we opened our gifts. We never did a Christmas morning situation. And my mom would tell me that los niños cubanos would get their gifts first because habían tantos niños. There were so many kids that we got ours on the 23rd going into the 24th in the morning. But the torture is that you couldn't open those gifts. Tú los estás viendo there all day on the 24th until midnight that the adults were like, okay, fine, you can open your gifts now.
That is so funny. We still did Christmas morning. So my parents, I know, were so freaking tired because we would get home from Noche Buena late. And then they would still have to do like Santa stuff.
They
We
did
still
it
did Christmas
so
morning.
crunk. They were lit doing those toys.
And you know what? They be eating the cookies and everything. And
Yeah.
then, no. They're like, "This
Yeah,
is a
they're
good
not
midnight
wasting the
snack."
milk. They're not wasting the milk. Nothing is wasted in our families, growing up especially.
Yeah.
That is so funny. But yeah, there was like a lot of explanation and layers of lies to this
Yes.
thing.
So, like, didn't do Elf on the Shelf. I don't
No,
know.
that's so new.
Is it new? Okay, I thought it was, like, a thing that's been around.
No, that's
We
like
just didn't do it
recent
because 'cause we're
10
Hispanic.
years.
Okay.
You know what's kind of sad actually? My mom was showing she sends me like all these videos about like funny ideas of what to do. And so she told me when she was here, she's like, if they had this when you were little, I would have loved to do it,
That's nice.
which is
My
kind
mom
of
would
cute.
never. I don't think. Maybe she
I
would do it,
know.
like, 2 times and that's it.
Yeah, I will say we do it for our child now. And I know a lot of parents that do it and just like complain about it, but like we don't feel that way. We're just kind of like, you don't have to do it so high stakes. It
Mm.
just has to like move. Sometimes it just moves from one shelf to the next shelf. Some days are more elaborate than others, but like I'm not doing like, first of all, printing notes. Like I see all these parents like printing notes from the elf. I'm like, do you have a printer? Like, how are people printing things nowadays?
Who
I'm
has a
very confused.
printer?
Color
When you
print.
guys don't go in the office anymore, there's no printer.
I have like low key been wondering, do I need to buy a printer here soon? I don't know. Yeah, we keep it very simple, but that is a new tradition that we have implemented that we don't have any regrets about because like the magic and like his little face lighting up every day, like, where is it? Where is just like the best.
Yeah, my in-laws were kinda saying that. They're like, their reactions are worth it. Because I was like, "Oh, hell no, I'm not committing to that. That's a commitment for years to come."
Yeah, it's definitely got to be a group effort. It's a group effort in my house.
So,
So
I was like, "I don't know if my house will have that.
doesn't
We'll
it's
see."
also okay. Like you create your own. This is what's so beautiful about like creating our own families. Like for me, one big thing that I want to carry is the Noche Buena tradition. Like is the cooking, the food, the music, and the friends because we live far from family now. So actually we're hosting on the 23rd, not the 24th, but on the 23rd we're hosting Noche Buena at our house with a bunch of friends, new friends. I went to a get together at a new friend's house and made another friend there and I messaged her. I'm like, "Hey girl, come over." Like, I want to keep that spirit alive. I want my son to feel like, you know, we had like friends over and like I want him to remember Noche Buena. If we can't be with our family, like creating it with our community.
That's cute, yeah, and just keeping, like, the energy of, like, a lot of people, a lot of noise, because that's one thing too I remember is just the people and the noise, like, there's always, like, a lot of loud noises growing
Yeah.
up. I was not in a quiet household by any means.
Either, I know, and I think about, like, American Christmas is so quiet and calm and, in the morning, like, sipping coffee, hanging out, like, we've definitely brought that tradition from my husband's family to ours, like, we have quiet Christmas days because it's just us opening gifts, but Noche Buena is insane.
Yeah. I
It's a
know,
lot of that.
my in-laws' Noche Buenas, I never had matching pajamas till I was
Mm.
with them. Like, now we don't dress up nice to sit in la sala, like, it's pajamas.
I love dressing up to sit in la sala. Although I'm not sitting in la sala anymore, I'm hosting. So she's cooking and moving around. So it's funny when you talked about how, like, now we're the older ones, like, we are the tias and the moms, like, doing the holidays,
Mhm.
which is insane because I feel like I always joke on here that I'm like a teen mom, but I still feel that way. I'm like, oh my God, now am I doing Noche Buena? Am I in charge of this? But I sort of love that. I love it so much.
But you're also, like, really good at cooking.
I mean, I follow recipes. Yeah, I like cooking. But I will say one perk this season is that my mom was just here, so I made her make a bunch of frijoles negro. So now I'm gonna make it con gris with her frijole.
Nice. Really nice.
I've loved like being able to take from the culture and the things that I love and also creating our own thing. So because we're not close to family on Noche Buena, like the actual 24th, I decided that we're gonna always go out to a nice dinner. So we'll always
Nice.
celebrate Noche Buena on the 23rd, 24th is like a nice dinner, and then the 25th is just hanging home, eating leftovers, playing with toys, etcetera, etcetera.
Yeah, I love that. We alternate. So this year is my in-laws' year for Noche. They also do Noche Buena, but they do it in pajamas. And they do like Italian, I don't know, it's like 5 courses or something crazy.
The 7 fishes,
Yeah,
is
something
that
like
what it
that.
is?
But
Yeah.
it doesn't quite reach 7. It's like 5.
Nice, and they, like, sit down and they have nice plates, I'm sure. Yeah.
Some years.
Our house is like plato cantón to everybody.
Yes.
Oh
Oh
my
my god, you
god.
know what also is like a weird thing that I think about? Like, you know the nacimiento that you put like
Yes.
under your tree? Okay, we were never allowed to put Jesus under there until the 25th.
Oh.
Is that so is that normal? Or is that just it
I
will
don't
be empty
know.
with no baby Jesus until the 25th.
I
So
think
this
we
year I
had
got a nacimiento, like a cute, like, aesthetic one. I did put Jesus out yesterday because I was like, th
it's okay, make it your own, girl, make it your own.
right?
I'm
Because
all
my
about
husband
that.
was like, "Why didn't you put Jesus?"
That is so funny. Where's Jesus? Yeah, I don't know what we've had, like, so many different holidays over the years, like, I feel like there was a few years there where we went to mass on the 24th, and
Wow.
we did that a little bit and, like, would go and then come back and do, like, our party or whatever. But I always found the nacimiento to be intense, but also I'm not very, like, religious, but I was always just like, "We have to sit through this whole play of these people, like, cosplaying to be Mary and Joseph and
My
Jesus."
gosh, that is, like, literally bringing me flashbacks to Catholic school
The
because they would do
Catholic
that play all the time. Like, every day was, like, a different the Stations of the Cross.
I know, when you had to do that before Easter Easter was always my most dreaded mass. Not to
Yeah,
get off topic because 'cause we're on Christmas, but there's, like, Easter, there's, like, a scripture that they read that's so long, and the kids
so
are always
long.
expected to also be standing. I'm like, "Esto es
Yeah,
abuso."
that's so true.
Like, are you
That
kidding
is
me?
so true. But we never went to mass on Christmas Eve, even though my mom probably wishes that we did, but we never
Mm,
did.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
Christmas
we did
Day
a few
either.
times. Well, Christmas Day is for playing with toys.
We ne
One thing about Christmas that I think back on a lot is that I wanna do differently, I guess, is that the women were always in the kitchen cooking and the men were just kinda chilling, and I wanna teach my son how to make the food that I'm making. I feel
Ooh,
like girls were not brought in because my mom we were just told to, like, do stuff around the house, but not really help in the kitchen, and then the boys, there's no expectation. So I think I'm gonna change it up this year, and when I start
nice.
cooking tomorrow, I'm gonna have my son help me.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's one thing I wanna change and spruce up because the boys deserve to learn how to cook too.
You know, the men in the family, I feel like we're always setting up outside because we're so many
Mhm.
people that it would always be like require extra tables and extra chairs. So that was kind of
I
like
love
their duty.
put
It
their
still
ass to
is.
work. Thing about Noche Buena and my family tradition is that we listen to a lot of parrandas navideñas, but they were
Mm.
from Puerto Rico. So it's like a lot of like these salsa songs or parrandas. I don't know how you translate that.
They like carols.
They are, I guess. Yeah, they're kind of like carols. We always listen to a lot of the Puerto Rican parrandas. My uncle is Puerto Rican, but also I think like the countries are so tied
Mhm.
together and intertwined that my family just, like, loves them. So we would always dance to las parrandas puertorriqueñas. I remember that.
That's awesome. We did not.
Did you listen to, like, salsa mostly?
Yeah, usually it's just salsa. Bachata, a lot of
Okay, I
bachata.
have a segue on bachata. So I watched, Romeo Santos
Mm.
and Vince Royce, yeah, so they did a New York Times opinion podcast episode, and they were talking about how basically, like, why hasn't bachata taken off. Like, they have sold out Madison Square Garden. They're New Yorkers. They've sold out other arenas, and they've never been even invited or asked to perform in Saturday Night Live, was like the example they gave. And I was like, that's interesting because everybody loves bachata. Nobody loves bachata as much as Dominicans. Like, after a few bachata songs, you're like, okay, I kind of need to like dance something else. So it's not like a music that our families like listen to for an entire evening, right? But it was interesting to think about like, why hasn't bachata taken off? Is it because of that, that it's like very to one
Slow.
country? Slow? Yeah,
Well,
it is also.
I think it's slow, but also not a lot of Hispanic artists have been asked to perform on Saturday Night Live Spanish music besides
Mm-hmm.
like Bad Bunny and like maybe Young Miko was on, maybe. But who
Interesting.
else really was that on there, you know? I don't know. I can't really think of any off the top of my head.
Let's see.
Celia Cruz,
Yeah,
if it was on at that time.
I doubt it.
How long has it been around? It's been around for a while.
But you're right, like, in terms of them singing in Spanish, well, Carol G performed, Bad Bunny,
So,
La Rosalia, but I don't know any other artists. I think the tides are changing for Latino music generally, where
mhm.
it's becoming more, like, mainstream and widespread, but anyway, I just thought that was interesting. We were on the topic of bachata, so
Yeah, well, I mean, they are like have been around for a long time, so if it was gonna be anybody next, it should be them.
totally. I know, it's been like salsa was so big, reggaeton, and what's, like, the next thing? I don't know. Is it bachata? We'll wait and see.
Honestly, too, like bachata is one of the easier dances to learn for, American people who want to
Yeah.
learn how to dance Spanish. Like bachata is like one of the easier ones, so I would feel that like it could integrate easily.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. Another kind of thing that I wanted to talk about that's like pop culture related is that J Balvin and Bad Bunny hicieron las paces. They are back on good graces as of their concert, Bad Bunny's last leg of the concert for this year in Mexico City. And I was very moved by them. Not gonna lie. It was
First of
nice
all,
to
how many
see
shows did he do in Mexico City?
a lot.
A lot. I'm like, este tipo está en Mexico City hasta cua.
Lleva un mes en Mexico City, okay? It just kept selling out, I feel like. Mexicans love Bad Bunny too. He's like I mean, he's everywhere, um but yeah, I thought that was great. The old school Latino gang, they were like the
Mhm.
first duo to
Yeah.
like I feel like J Balvin put him on the map, like on a wider scale.
Yeah. So, like, I have a friend, shout out Marcos, who always says, he's like, "You know what, Giselle, you're one of those La Canción girls. I bet you that was your favorite song." I was like, "Yes, I
It
love
was
La
mine.
Canción." So he sent me that video of them reuniting and being like, "They're not La Canción."
Oh my god, that is so funny.
I'm like, "Yes. Oh my god." So that's what I think about when I think about J Balvin and Bad Bunny together.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I love it when two Latino men can get emotional with each other on stage, and that's what
Mm,
Balvin and Bad Bunny did. More vulnerable men in 2026, more vulnerability. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm manifesting for the new year.
yeah.
More vulnerability for men.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for the holidays. I'd love to hear how others celebrate. What are your Noche Buena traditions? Another thing that borrowed from Puerto Rico is the coquito. So I'm definitely excited to
Mm,
make some, making some tomorrow morning to sip on through the holidays. But would love to hear how other primas celebrate and kind of what their cultures do. Because I know a lot of other Latino cultures are rooted in that Catholicism side. So I'm curious to know
mm.
more about what other primas do.
Yes, tell us.
That's all we have for today, primas. Feliz Nochebuena, Feliz Navidad. Las queremos mucho. Thank you for your support. And we hope you have a great holiday season with your families.
Bye.